So my name is Eileen O'Sullivan. I work for dotMobi, and I am delighted to be able to announce today that we are joined with Adfonica, Wes Biggs, CTO of Adfonica, in a wonderful partnership whereby Adfonica are using dotMobi's deviceAtlas, which is a great device detection platform.
Adfonica has recently grown to an ad network of 15 billion impressions monthly, and we're working with deviceAtlas now. I'm very happy to be working with them to power our device recognition strategy across all of our inventory, which is mobile sites and applications, where we work with over 8,000 publishers worldwide today. Globally, mobile advertising is booming across the world, and in Europe we're seeing incredible growth. Adfonica has grown tenfold in the last year, far ahead of the industry average, and we're continuing to focus on Europe as a key market as part of our overall global strategy. We're headquartered here, so it makes a lot of sense for us to be considering this the home of mobile advertising, and really where a lot of innovation is happening as well. A mobile advertising network connects publishers, and that's anyone from app developers, mobile website owners, and big media brands, to advertising in the form of agencies, direct advertisers, basically anyone who's willing to spend money to seek out a targeted audience within the mobile media. So we work on both sides by enabling publishers on one end to receive the highest earnings for their mobile inventory, and on the other with advertisers to ensure that they can efficiently buy the audiences and get the performance of their campaigns that they require. Because we're dealing with thousands and thousands of requests per second in our ad network, I mentioned it's 15 billion on a monthly basis. That means we need to be making decisions in real time about not only what ad to serve, but where the targeting is behind that. Device targeting is almost ubiquitous across our campaigns. Advertisers need to know that they're receiving the right inventory that's going to work for their campaigns, and whether that's on a platform basis such as iOS or Android, or targeting very specific devices that they know will work for their campaigns. So deviceAtlas enables us to make those instant decisions about what a device is, what its capabilities are, within milliseconds, and that's entirely a factor in making sure that our publishers stay happy, they get quick responses.
We can do 1 million lookups per second per server, and that is, nothing else beats that. Our libraries would have over 7,500 different devices, and within that 7,500 there are then 5 million different variations of different phone types. So there's a huge database, but it is very, very fast. I mean, it's really important for those industries because a lot of the customers that they are selling their services to are operating under a service level agreement, and it's critical for them to be able to deliver the content within that period of time.
Today in mobile advertising is starting to be done in even faster and faster trading scenarios. So we work in real-time bidding environments, for example, where from the point that somebody on their phone is looking at a page that requires an ad to the point that our server serves that ad needs to be 50 milliseconds or less. So any extra time spent doing a lookup or evaluating or understanding the details of that device prevents us from making the key decisions that are going to drive revenue for that publisher. So deviceAtlas's installation architecture really fits our needs because we're able to run it very cost effectively in terms of the servers behind it, and we're able to make sure we've got that speed and know that it's just going to be a given for our environment. So device targeting is part of almost every mobile ad campaign, and that helps us to also identify key behaviors associated with devices. Some of that can be based on what we and others have found through surveys and other studies of mobile users. So we know, for example, that typically smartphone users are about 54% male, 46% female. That can then vary by individual handsets, so that gives advertisers a data point where they can start to target more focused audiences simply by selecting a different device. We enable our publishers to pass in more specific information about user demographics, but a lot of that can actually be inferred from the simple fact that if you're using the pink Motorola phone, you're probably more likely to be female. I think we're in a stage of hypergrowth right now, which is very exciting to be in. What's happening at the moment is much more focus on technology, which is great for us and for companies like dotMobi as well, because we're moving from a stage where there's simply a number of borrowed technologies, perhaps from the online space, that have been brought over and work in mobile, that haven't taken into account some of the key characteristics of the mobile media, such as device recognition, such as location, such as some of the other factors out there. So it's combining all of those aspects and also working with the scale that we're starting to see that's driving that hypergrowth and will really drive the market to, I think, probably new and evolved ways of actually trading. I mentioned real-time bidding as one. That's got to be done on a very rapid basis, but it also gives you richer and richer information about ad requests and impressions going through, so that you understand more about your users, and as an advertiser, you can reach a more and more highly defined audience, which for us then in turn drives higher revenue, which we pass on to the publisher.